license plate records and new powers of real-time location tracking. It raises concerns for me because this is something he railed against. Oh, Obama was wiretapping. Obama was looking into everything. But see, here's the thing. We're going to continue with this story. This here, the alternative media, because Trump was their boy, and immigration is a big thing on that side of the aisle. It is for me, too. I'm an immigrant son. So I know all about immigration and how to do it properly. But because it's about immigration, the alt-right, Hannity, Fox News, all those guys, every single one of those agencies are turning a blind eye to the fact that they're going to be able to track anyone via license plate, even if it's not in an immigration situation. And then they can share this data with whoever they want. The source of the data is not named in the contract, but an ICE representative said the data came from Vigilant Solutions, the leading network for license plate recognition data. Quote, like most other law enforcement agencies, ICE uses information obtained from license plate readers as one tool in support of its investigations. Vigilant Solutions has amassed a database of more than 2 billion license plate photos by investigating data from partners like vehicle repossession agencies and other private groups. 2 billion license plates. 2 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only 370 million people inside the entire United States. That's a lot of license plates that they've gathered. Shows you the range of their power. And you see all these street corners now are getting the cameras. Where do you think that's going? Where do you think that information is going? Vigilant also partners with local law enforcement agencies, often collecting even more data from camera-equipped police cars. The result is a massive vehicle tracking network generating as many as 1 million sightings per month. 1 million sightings per month. ICE needs this authority. Each tagged with a date, time, and GPS coordinates of the sighting. ICE agents would be able to query that database in two ways. A historical search would turn up every place a given license plate has been spotted in the last 5 years. And a detailed record of the target's movement. Note, ladies and gentlemen, that they're not saying the targets are illegal immigrants. The data could be used to find a given subject's residence or even identify associates if a given car is regularly spotted in a specific parking lot. So this border immigration issue is being turned inward on us. And we're talking about a border wall that was supposed to be paid for by Mexico, but is not. And they want to put up a border wall. Do they want to keep people out or do they want to keep people in? And the police state gets bigger under Trump. And where's the alt media on this? AJ, where are you at this? We know you're a big Donald Trump supporter. We know it. But this, 2 years ago, you would have been all over, buddy. And it's nothing. Quiet, silence. Pete Shamwilly over there, who just got out of jail. Criminal, top to bottom criminal. And people listen to him more than they listen to me. He's got a big, huge following. You know why? Because he plays the same game AJ plays, and that's shock value radio. And you can get people to listen with shock value radio. I don't go for the shock just to get you to listen. If I'm in shock mode, that's because I'm riled up about something and I need to tell you about it. As we continue with the story, ICE agents can also receive instantaneous email alerts whenever a new record of a particular plate is found. A system known internally as the hot list. It's so hot. These are people they want to find right away. The same alerts can also be funneled to Vigilance iOS app. According to the privacy assessment, as many as 2,500 license plates could be uploaded to the hot list in a single batch. Although the assessment does not detail how often new batches can be added, could be every 5 minutes, every minute, every hour, they don't tell us. With sightings flooding in from police dash cams, stationary readers on bridges, toll booths, street corners, anywhere they can stick a camera, it would be hard for anyone on the list to stay unnoticed for long. And if they're deporting people that aren't supposed to be here, that's all right. But see, the database, ladies and gentlemen, is so large. And guess where this database comes from? A private company. Who else uses this database? Well, Homeland Security uses this database. They issued a privacy assessment update of license reader technology. A move it explained was necessary because ICE has now entered into a contract with a vendor. And the biggest concern I have, ladies and gentlemen, if ICE were to propose a system that would do what Vigilant does, there would be huge privacy uproar coming from the people, and Congress probably wouldn't approve it. But because it's a private contract, ladies and gentlemen, they can sidestep that entire process. They can blur it out. The people don't have to know where it's coming from. Congress doesn't have to approve of it. Nothing. Now let's go into a companion story, if I may. This is on my website, www.jlebang.com. Go to the show prep link and you can check that out, along with all the other stuff I'm talking about here tonight. The agency tells a federal judge that it is investigating and sincerely regrets its failure. The National Security Agency destroyed surveillance data it pledged to preserve in connection with pending lawsuits and apparently never took some steps to save them. And now the federal court has to was informed, I should say, that the information was destroyed, and now they're going to have to try to find it somehow. Just like the Hillary emails. Word of the NSA follow-up is emerging just as Congress has extended for 6 years the legal authority the agency uses for much of its surveillance work conducted throughout the U.S. internet providers and tech firms. And DT signed that measure into law on a Friday. So the NSA is pulling a Hillary. Trump is saying, hey, even though I had a whole bunch of wiretaps on me, it's okay to wiretap everybody else. It's not okay to wiretap me. Now, is this a good or bad thing? If they lost all these records, maybe they lost stuff that they shouldn't have had, which is a good thing, I think, maybe. But if they lost it because it's involved in some of these pending court cases with the NSA, that's pretty shady. But we have precedents, folks. All they have to say is they fouled up, they screwed up, they didn't know they they weren't supposed to do that. They can pull a Hillary and get out of trouble. Because Hillary and the FBI and the Department of Justice set precedents when they didn't prosecute her and they let her go because, oh, you know what? She made an honest mistake deleting 33,000 emails and having her own private server. She made an honest mistake and it's no big deal. So now anybody, and I mean anybody in the government from here on out, can use that as an argument to protect themselves. They don't even need to plead the Fifth anymore. See, the Fifth made you sound guilty. That's what I plead the Fifth Amendment. You know, the entire Obama administration pleaded the Fifth when they were called in the hearings. Oh, I plead the Fifth. I can't say that. Trump, give him some credit, folks. He says he'll do it under oath under the Mueller investigation. I tell him to use the Fifth the whole time. That's what the entire Obama administration did when the investigations were turned on them. I plead the Fifth. I plead the Fifth. I plead the Fifth. It's just ridiculous, folks. So that's what Trump should probably do when those hearings happen. All right, folks, we got to take our next time out. On the other side of this, we have a little bit more to give you. Hopefully you're enjoying it. We'll be right back.
Where do you think you're going? The John LeBang Show will be right back.
So grab a beer and a smoke and sit your butt back down. Stay right here. If you are elderly, disabled, receiving SSI or Medicaid, and you have a medical need or require assistance with daily housework, shopping, grooming, medication, you may qualify for housekeeping at no cost. Call now. VIP Home Healthcare. 248-579-3805. VIP Home Healthcare. There when you need them. That's 248-579-3805.
You know, if you're getting married soon and you need good entertainment, you need to contact John LeBang. He's got 30 years of experience of wedding entertainment under his belt, and there is no one better and no one cheaper. He's running a special to the end of the year, $500 for your wedding if you book now. Contact John LeBang by email at jlebang@live.com or go to his website. That's www.jlebang.com.
Pane in the Glass, commercial and residential window cleaning. For a beautiful, sparkling shine that's crystal clear, call Pane in the Glass Window Cleaning. You can find them on Facebook at Pane in the Glass.
If you want to contact the John LeBang Show, feel free to send an email to jlebang@live.com. And if you're on Twitter, look him up at John LeBang. And don't forget to go to his Facebook page at The John LeBang Show. Now here's John.
And before we get to CERN, I'd just like to say that I'm working on a report on the flu that is just spreading like crazy around the nation and taking the lives of many young children. But we're not ready to bring you that report yet. We'll leave the immediate breaking news to the mainstream manufactured news and the fake alternative media, the ones that use the mainstream manufactured news to get their reports, and then they just turn them into videos and act like it's their report. So we'll have something probably next week on that. I didn't want you to think I was neglecting a very important issue, because it's something that needs a little bit more research, and we don't want to jump the gun. It's very much like when the Ebola thing happened. I was about a week ahead of the game, and I missed a couple things because I was trying to be a little bit more ahead of the game. Although the research was good, the things I missed were warnings I should have been able to give you that I just didn't include in that broadcast. And I want to be as thorough as possible. That being said, let's get to this thing called CERN. A lot of people do not know what this is. People who follow scientific